Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancian. I wanted to come and say hello. I was going to make a break, but Spirit said, "Oh, that's so too bad." So I'll come back here to speak again, make a brief video. I'm going to pull 10 cards from the angels to see what guidance we may receive today. I'm going to discuss a couple of subjects, and then the situation is happiness. Happiness is a state of being. We have to choose happiness. It is not something that can. It is not easy sometimes to disconnect from all the dramas, all the tension, all the dualistic aspect of our reality in order to move into this state of happiness. From an historical point of view, philosophical point of view, Plato explained that pleasure could come through vice, but happiness has to come through virtue. So we have to. It is something that lasts. Pleasure is very short living, but happiness is a long lasting. It is also an Epicurean value, as happiness is the highest aspiration for human being. Once we are happy, then all is well. What comes around the situation is unity. Unity is about unifying, connecting to this unity consciousness, to know that all is one and you are it. You are the one. What we see before us is family. It's connection to our family, to our. We as a Pisces, it's like right now, and it's really difficult for me to be disconnected from friends and family. I feel very alone here, and Pisces don't work very well alone. For all my friends and family are spread around the world. They all like for some time there is blood family, but there is also people that are good friends that are part of your family because they're so much like you, and so it is part of that. So it's about reconnecting to our soul family as well, and the internet is a good way also because it's non-localized and we can connect through the internet. What we see in the subconscious is reward. So we understand the rewards. We understand what we want, and so we want to manifest it. Sometimes I feel that my physical reality is so different than from what my inner spirit is showing me. That is what is ahead of me. But it's very difficult to feel the abundance when you until it's there. So, but it's very important. Little by little, it is coming. We are accepting it, and we're becoming authentic. It is about being authentic, being ourselves. What's coming up in the near future is optimism. We'll be receiving good reason to be very optimistic about the future, about life, about everything. For what was relevant yesterday is no longer relevant today. What's relevant today will no longer be relevant tomorrow. Each and every day we have to renew and adapt ourselves. Our strength in the situation is solution. We have the solution. We are the solution. We are the Gestalt. We are the piece that makes everything works within our life. And sometimes when we see wisdom, we can bring that into other situations. But first we have to find the wholeness within ourselves. What comes to us from the outside world is communication. So inshallah, it's like we welcome every communication. We welcome communication to come to us. What we see in our hopes and fear, in our inner emotion, is a cheminement. It's the assess. It is about ascending. It's about moving step by step, and the outcome will be complementarity. For we all are complementary here. We all have this complement. We complement each other. We want to be complementing. We want to find our complement, and we want to be complementing for everything that most of what's important. When I paint a painting, I can do that alone. But for everything else, it's like we need a complementary of competence in order to bring those things together. So hopefully we'll be able to. The angel, the archangel, and the creator will bring us into this situation where all the people that complement us in relationship to our dreams, our project, our goals, will be there to support and assist us, and we'll be able to complement each other in realizing this collective dream. Well, I hope this message was meaningful to you, that resonate. I read them in a very general way. In essence, we also have to realize what is it we came here to do. What's the meaning of our incarnation? What did you learn? What did you came to learn from your mother? What did you came to learn from your father? What did you came to learn from your family? What did you came to learn from your friends, from your job, from all your past, and understand. What is it this life? What is it this life? Because we all exactly where we need to be. It's not always easy to accept, but we're exactly where we need to be. For me, I feel like maybe if I have one lesson right now that pops into my head, is maybe I should have been more material and less spiritual. For I have a very rich spiritual life, but I have I should have been a lot more focused on this material reality in order to create that material comfort. which is creating a great deal of stress. But most people was the opposite. There are a lot of material. They're very comfortable with all this material 3D reality, but they have to enrich themselves spiritually. They have to learn to tune into this inner self. So it's like but in a sense we want to bring it into balance, to have if we have a lot of wealth or riches on the outside, we want to increase our inner wealth. If we have a lot of inner wealth, we want to bring it into the outside world to balance it out, and everything has to grow from. For me, I may have neglected my outer reality, and that's really what's paining me right now. But it will change. I have trust and faith, for everything has to be coherent in relationship to the plans of our soul. It is not our DNA that controls us, it is us that has to control our DNA. We have to choose and leap into timeline that will be fulfilling. Sometimes it's not easy to move into a timeline that is completely what we want, because we're still feeling the limitation of what is presently manifested. Right now I'm not doing the purification I've been doing. It will take me a lot longer than I thought. There's 40 years of toxins that I need to liberate, but I'm no longer doing by constraint. At the beginning I was forced into it by my inner self, by the pressure from above, by emotional body, by my physical body. But now I'm starting to find pleasure in it, and I'm really looking forward to this complete cleaning up. Also realizing that there's a lot of people waking up in society, but they don't necessarily understand what's going on. They're receiving thoughts in their head, having strange dreams, the new experiences, and they're the only one in their group, so nobody, it's like, but you have to reassure them and let them know they're not going crazy. It's part of the process, their mission to be awakening and to assist, to awaken the whole group. Sometimes there's only one person in all those groups. Let them know everything's okay if people are awakening, just because spiritual awakening is not something that's commonly accepted within the world. It is like it's more... we have to comply to the rigid genetic knowledge that society has imposed upon us. But now we have to break free of that limitation, and that's why there is this awakening, and there is people that in each group that are awakening to assist the whole family group to do that. There is a lot of areas in our life where we feel like we have this neutrality, and this is where we can expand, where we have no judgment, we are at peace, we are serene in relationship. But then there are certain areas that are less, that are more still can be a limitation, and this is where we need to work on to allow ourselves to find more neutrality in those areas that may be sensitive. I know that there will be a time, I'm just expressing my thoughts and ideas here, but there will be a time where I will come, where I will be able to receive, to be seated in a throne of light. I will receive a crown of light, and it's like I will be sovereign within myself. We all have that potential at the end of the road, but it's taking a long time. And how we choose whether we want a direct path, or if we want all the delays that we take. Once we become aware, we will realize that we're not always taking the direct path. We are always like winding. But it is up to us. We are master of our timeline. So everything is learning. There is no right or wrong, and it's all about learning. And so we no matter what we do, we're going to learn something. So from a spiritual standpoint, there is no right or wrong. Everything is education. Well, I hope this message resonated with you. This painting here, it took me a long time to figure it out, but it's a portrait. It's called a portrait of a master named Orlet. The master of Atlantid, master of thought. It was he who taught, the master of wisdom taught, it's his master, it's master guide. And it's a 7-dimensional being I've been working with, and I'm looking forward to deepen my connection to him, for he has plans for humanity. And in here, it's like he's sitting, his portrait, and it's like below the pyramids of Egypt, and here there is the symbol of paradise and the central universe. So it's like this realm of the total integration of this eternal concept. It's a 9-dimensional painting in a sense. And this little painting, I bought 2 canvases. I made 2. One is about Onomia, the divine order, and this one is about the goddess Metis. A very simple little painting. Metis is the goddess of wisdom. She was the first wife of Zeus. She had the power of transforming into any form, any shape. And so she's an astrological influence as well, and she's a great divine being. We send her greeting and love and blessing. We want to integrate her wisdom. She's the counterpart to Metatron. And those little paintings are just little tributes. I'm really looking forward to do big canvases. I'm a bit tired of working on small format. It is very restrictive, but I bear with my limitation of the moment. I'm going to finish with just a little song. It's just a little pop song that can. There were some songs that went through my mind, but I have to find the words, so it's like I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So this is a song. Pop song from I'm not sure, the 70s, I think. It goes like this. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance, I could make those people dance, and maybe they'll be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep, I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die." Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above, if the Bible tells you so? Do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage bouncing buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck, and I knew that I was out of luck the day the music died. So bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die." It's a very long song. It's a beautiful song. It's about the death of Buddy Holly, of course, in the 1960s. Well, I hope you find this video interesting. I wish you a wonderful day. I hope this new moon brings you this new energy, and that soon we'll be able to get to that transfiguration that we're all looking for as ascender potential, as a ascending student of the universe. Thank you very much, Salat.